Hi guys, it's Beth. How you doing? Okay, so I am doing the JandSib80 challenge. It's a video response, and then I have to do a card and leave a comment. I guess there's 3 different ways you can win. And it's funny because the challenge, according to Sybil, for most of you is doing a video response where you're actually facing the camera and talking into the camera. And for me, that's how I do it. I don't know any other way. And besides, my hands look like crap because I type all the time. So I actually feel like I'm talking, to a friend. So I find it much more comforting to do my hauls and things this way. The challenge for me is actually going to be the card. The first thing with the video response is you had to do 5 random things about yourself and then 1 craft related random thing. So this is my craft one, and it's really no surprise to anybody. I don't know how to make cards. I can't do it. I've tried, and I will continue to try, but when I see the cards that you guys send, like for Bambi or to me, or what I see on other challenges, and I look at what I've done, I think, really, is there any way in God's green earth that this can be considered a card for anybody? So this is going to be a challenge, a real challenge for me to do a birthday card. But I am going to do it for Sybil. Happy birthday! Woo! 51 to me is like, well, I'm 52. But anyone under, anyone under 52 to me is like a baby. I feel like I'm 100 is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to give you my 5 random things about me, which... I don't know, I was thinking, what would be interesting? So one thing that you might not know, I actually went to school, American University down in Washington. I studied criminal justice, and I focused my studies in the penal system, and I actually worked at MCI Norfolk, which is a medium security men's prison here in Massachusetts, as a corrections counselor. Loved it. It was so great because I would bring my inmates in, I'd bring them before boards and make recommendations whether or not they should be moved to lower security or not. A lot of times, no. And then they changed the sentencing laws, and now pretty much it's you have to serve a certain number of years at maximum security, certain number at medium security, and then at lower security based on whatever your sentence is. So my job pretty much became obsolete, so I became a paralegal. I didn't want to be a lawyer because I knew I wanted to have kids, and I didn't want to, Skype them to say hi or good night. So I became a paralegal. Second thing about me is I have 2 girls, one who's 19 and one who is 17. And I'm going to, Sharon, if you're watching this, I'm kvelling for just a minute. I'm going to kvel over my children, that's a Yiddish word, because I'm so proud of them. My 19-year-old got into Northeastern. She's at Northeastern. There were 46,000 applications, and they accepted only 2,800 kids, and she got in. And she just finished her first semester and got all 100s on, for her grades. So she has a 4 point. Actually, she has higher than a 4.0, which I don't really get. But anyway, so she's doing amazing, thank God. And my younger daughter, Emily, who's a junior, also has a 4.25 grade point average. Again, how that works, I don't know. But she's taking all those AP classes, advanced placement classes, and she actually just found out tonight that she got a scholarship to take a class at Framingham State University, which is great because that looks good on your resume when you're going for colleges. So she's going to do that this spring, along with her other classes. When I had kids, I stopped working as a paralegal, and I became a licensed daycare provider. So for 8 years, I got to play with little kids. I love that, doing all the crafts, which is why I think I have a problem with doing the crafts now, because, I have like this popsicle mask of an elephant, and I think, oh, look at this, and, everyone's really, Beth, because that'd be cute if you were 1, but, for a grown-up, not so much. So I'm learning how to be a grown-up. I worked pretty much 8 to 5:30 or so, and then when my husband got home, I would go to another job as a paralegal, and I would work from 7 to midnight. And I did that for 5 years, and then I continued with my daycare job, you know, for the full 8 years, but then I started working at a Hallmark store. I did that on the weekends, and then I went and worked at a front desk as a front desk clerk, so that I could be home by 3 to get my kids off the bus. For 6 years I worked at an overnight camp during the summer so that I could afford to get my kids, you know, my kids could go to overnight camp, and I worked 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, for 2 months straight, and it was worth every day of it. And the reason that I'm telling you all this is, I'll tell you in a second. Anyway, so pretty much everything has been about my kids, as you can see. I've been married 22 years, and we planned this amazing honeymoon in Germany. I was born in Germany, and then we said it was like $8,000 or something like that. We were going to stay like in castles and all this, and then we ended up like, you know, maybe not. And we used the money as a down payment to buy our house, which we have lived in now for 22 years. Anyway, I don't even know how many that is, but I think it's probably close to 5. The last thing is I'm going to share with you, because I get a lot of comments from people who are having problems, either medically or financially or whatever, and I totally can sympathize with that. Believe me, I've been working 2 jobs forever, and I have no problem doing that, and I know it seems like I have all the money in the world because I buy so much, but the fact of the matter is that I have to work a lot of hours to pay for this. The thing is that my younger daughter was diagnosed, and it's a name that's too long to even tell you, but she has this swelling behind her corneas, and so every month we have to go into Boston to Mass Eye and Ear so that she can be tested. She gets scanned to see how the swelling is, because if it gets too, you know, if it grows too much or whatever, then she'll hemorrhage and she'll become blind, which is, you know, obviously not something we want. So that day that we have to go into Boston is like the worst day ever, and we do that every month. We'll have to continue to do that for another year, and then hopefully, if the swelling hasn't changed, or if it's gone down, which would be amazing, then we'll only have to go every 3 months. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because when I go on this, when I do this YouTube, I shut that craft room door, and I don't have to think about anything that's going on outside of this room. And I don't have to worry about my kids. I don't have to think about whether we're going to make our mortgage payment. You know, this is like fantasy land to me, and I love it. And all of the wonderful people that I've met on YouTube, all of you, have been so amazing and so great, and I love that. And I don't want people to be, oh, you know, I'm so sorry to hear about your, you know, your daughter and whatever, because I want to leave that out there. I'm only telling you this because I just want to stress to you that, first of all, I totally understand how a lot of you are feeling, because, like I said, I'm getting a lot of comments from people who are going through a lot of medical problems and things like that, and financial problems, and I totally get it, understand it, I'm with you on it, believe me. And so when I do these silly videos and you think, oh, okay, she, you know, doesn't have a care in the world, I really, you know, do. But this is important to me, to just, you know, have an opportunity to be who I want to be, you know, who I'm not really on the outside. Really, I'm so introverted and shy. But on this, you know, when I'm talking to you guys, you know, I feel like me. So I'm very excited about that, and I don't want that to change. So I keep my life outside separate. Of course, you know everything about my husband, which is another whole story. But anyway, Okay, so this was my video thing. I think I answered all of the questions. I don't know. I might have even answered more. I don't know. Do I get extra points for that? I don't know. Okay, so that's it. And now I'm going to go work on my birthday card. I'm so excited. All right, thank you. And thanks for letting me do this. I'm so excited. All right, bye.